Hello, and welcome to another BZPower set review. Today we are reviewing set 40490, Ninjago 10. This is BrickHeadz for the Ninjago Legacy, celebrating the 10-year anniversary. You have three BrickHeadz here. You have Golden Lloyd, 148, Nia Samurai X, 146, and Firstborn Dragon, 147. You got all three of them in this box. The back shows off some alternate poses, as well as the stands, and the side also shows off the original characters, the figs and the dragon. So the fun thing is, this is going to be a purchase with a purchase promotion starting in June. It's going to be in stores only, and for $80, I believe, you can spend an extra $10 and get this set, or you could purchase it for $29.99 on its own. So it's an interesting deal. I've seen some people have not been too thrilled about it online, but we're ignoring that for now and looking at the set itself. So first off, we have Golden Lloyd, the BrickHeadz. He's actually very similar to the previous Lloyd BrickHeadz from the Lego Ninjago movie. This one in particular is based off the Legacy character in the Legacy sets when he was the Golden Ninja. He has some cool gold and dark green stripes on the front, and this kind of horn element to do the design of the dragons from the original torso. An interesting thing about this set is that it doesn't actually have any exclusive pieces in it, which is kind of a bummer. And most BrickHeadz come with like printed torsos, but these sets were opting to have kind of a brick-built design instead. So no custom pieces, no printed elements. And in particular, the eyes aren't special either. They're not reused from the last Lloyd set. So that's a little bit disappointing. But one thing that is nice is you have 36 of these gold tiles 1x2, which is the most they ever appear in a single set. So if you want some gold tiles, that's nice. You got the little bit of the headband that goes around, a fairly flat back. So as a BrickHeadz character, he's kind of plain with the head wrap, especially compared to some of the others that have very substantial hairdos and everything. But he also comes with a sword weapon. So very basic, but it's Lloyd. You need a gold ninja, and the gold really works out nicely here. And where gold can't be used, they substitute it with light nougat color, which I think blends in pretty well. In some of the pictures I've taken, you can kind of tell the difference, but in real life, it works very well with the gold, so you can hardly tell the difference. So it's a good color substitute, and they've also made some clever uses of gold elements in here, because it is not a whole lot of elements exist in that color, and they did a good job of using what they could to build out a BrickHeadz instead of having more created. Next up, we have Samurai X, which is based on the Nia figure from the 2015 sets. The most striking part about her is definitely the helmet, which is nice and big and has all these slope pieces to give it detail. The horns are there as well, but they are pretty loose and can get knocked out of alignment, so they're not my favorite part of the design. I do like how the gold elements on the torso, instead of printing, they recreate her Phoenix logo with the pieces, and it works out pretty well. Another creative thing that you can kind of see is mudguard pieces are used as shoulder armor, which is super clever. I don't know if they've done that with the BrickHeadz before, but I really like it. And also kind of the dark green elements are used on the legs to create the samurai skirt in dark green. A little bit more dark green is used on this BrickHeadz than is in the actual figure. but it works out, and it also helps that some of the dark green is reused from Lloyd. So yeah, Samurai X, Nia, I think this is this is probably the better looking of the two BrickHeadz minifigure characters, even if it's a bit fragile. But moving on, we have Firstborn Dragon. And this one is definitely a more unique character. The thing that stands out to me the most at first is the wings. Most BrickHeadz don't have a whole lot of motion ability, but there are clip hinges on the wings, allows you to fly them, and also you can kind of rotate them back into a folded position. So there's actually some posability for Firstborn here. Firstborn is, of course, one of the big dragon sets from 2018. So it's not necessarily the first dragon I would think of when I do Ninjago. But, I mean, it's still good, and you know, it has a lot of nice red and black pieces that fit in with the color schemes of the other characters here. So that works out. The interesting bit about the face, it's mostly nice slopes, but you have these angles over the eyes, and kind of gives it a glaring, angry look that most BrickHeadz characters just don't get. The back of the head has some kind of slope elements to give it a look of dragon scales, and the splash of orange is nice, even though the set had orange in it, but it didn't quite have it like this, so it's interesting. One of my least favorite spots is this gap on the neck. You can kind of tell that it's supposed to separate the neck from the body, but it just looks unsightly. It looks unsightly to me, and just with a single plate, they could fill it up and make it flush, and I think that would work better. You don't necessarily need to have a separate back of the dragon when you have this big clunk of scales coming down. So I feel like they could have flushed that out, and they didn't, so that's a missed opportunity. The horns are interesting. They're kind of a more flowing design, and for a blockish character, it just looks off. And like Nia's horns, they are a bit loose and easily become disconnected. Yeah. So, not my favorite part of the design here. But the whole quadruped design they have going for the dragon works out. And I particularly like the hooves they built out using some of the headlight pieces. So I mean, for something that's a little bit different, dragon BrickHeadz, it works out. So here are the 3 characters that you get in this set. And also, they don't come with the set, but this is just Lloyd and Nia, the minifigures they're based off of. So pretty cool. I think the set does a pretty good job of representing the characters. Firstborn is obviously a little bit sketchy, but you can definitely tell it's a dragon. And the other 2 characters, even though they're a little bit plain as far as a BrickHeadz design is, they do represent the characters pretty well. There are over 400 pieces in this set, and while there aren't any exclusives, which is a little bit annoying, but you do get plenty in black, red, dark green, gold, and medium nugget. So that's not a bad part selection for things like the gold and Lloyd. So yeah, I think it's a worthwhile set if you're into BrickHeadz or Ninjago. It's definitely not going to be easy to get with the promotion. You're going to have to go to the Lego store physically to pick it up, and then you'll have to, if you want to get it as part of the promotion, you're going to have to buy a lot of Ninjago to begin with just to qualify for these. But I believe you will be able to pick up just this set for $30 if you want it. So there are a few options. It's not the best, greatest availability, but if you have a chance to pick it up, I would definitely recommend it. But yeah, so that's it for the review here. Just again wanted to say, give a big thanks to LEGO for providing the set to me early to review it before it comes out. Of course, the opinions in here are purely my own, not LEGO's, so that goes on. And yeah, so BZPower is going to try to get a couple other reviews out this summer. I have a couple other Ninjago ones I've been meaning to get to. So make sure to stay tuned to the YouTube channel and like and subscribe for more set reviews. Well, thanks again for watching. Have a good one. Blah!